Hi Cancers, this is Kathy. Welcome to my channel, Kathy Mamelin, Psychic Medium. Welcome to your March 2026 Psychic Singles Prediction. Today, I'm going to ask our spirit guides, what is next in love? What's coming towards you? Who is around you? What is the loving energy? I also have some initials. I have some charms, so we'll be getting some of those as well. I know you enjoy those. But sit back and use these readings to help you to manifest a love that you are worthy of, to call in a love that is meant for you, or to confirm a love. So let's see what Spirit has. Let's see what our guides have for us today. Let's call in my spirit guides and our angels and see what they have for you. Spirit, I call upon you for loving messages. What is it that you want us to know? What is it that you want me to hear today? What is the guidance that you have for my Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus? Cross watchers, you're always welcome. Spirit, I ask that you guide me. I am listening for you now. I have autumn. Okay, the number 43. So do I have a fire sign? Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, the pumpkins. Maybe autumn is your favorite season. You know, just some people are autumn people. They just love the fall. They love everything about the fall. So maybe that's just your favorite season. I have an earth element. Okay, so Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn, right? The number 54. So an earth element. So I'm grounded. I'm connected to nature, they're saying. It was almost like I'm one with nature. So this person could be like, I call my son Nature Boy. You know, he just loves everything about nature. He loves animals. He loves being outside. He loves, you know, going and looking at different things. So yeah, there's a sense of, I really appreciate natural things, whether it's natural wildlife, birds, animals, trees, flowers. So there's a sense of I have a great appreciation for those things. Maybe I'm very in tune to the environment. Maybe I'm very active with something like that. Little bit of me, believe it or not, is thinking landscaping, like a landscape designer, or I love gardening, but like on a bigger scale, something like that. So that could be connecting to someone. I have lighting the way. I like the lantern, the number 37. They're saying, I asked, what does the lantern mean? And they said, just trust. I'm learning to trust. I'm learning to listen. I'm trusting my own inner light. I'm trusting my own inner voice. So that could be something that you've been working on, that I'm just trusting myself to make better decisions, to put myself first, to think about my higher self, my future self. So it just felt like I'm following my inner voice. So I think that that's really important. Instead of listening to somebody else and, you know, what do you think I should do? No, I'm going to get the answers from inside. You know the answers better than anybody. Spirit, please share with me. I have a Queen of Swords. There's the answers. Okay, something's going on around you. King of Swords. Okay, we're making some kind of big decision. I have a Knight of Pentacles. And I have a Nine of Pentacles. I have a feeling we're both making a decision to be in this connection, whether it's exclusivity, taking it to the next level, wanting to be in this connection. But this isn't, I feel like we have revealed our feelings. We will be revealing our feelings. They're saying the truth comes out. Okay, so what is the truth? The truth is, you know, I want to be with you too, is the feeling. But I feel like the truth is in a good way. Okay, the truth comes out and it feels like, you know, I want to be with you. Okay, so that's okay. You know, we want that. I also like this feeling of building. The Knight of Pentacles, the Nine of, they're showing me the snail. Oh, okay. Uh, whose reading did I do earlier? Virgo. Virgo was really slow moving energy today. All right, so look at this big snail. Home sweet home. Yeah, I mean, the Knight of Pentacles out of all of my knights, that's my slowest moving energy. That is my building energy. That is my repetitive energy. So it's building wealth. It's putting in the time and the effort. It's, just kind of that slow moving, workhorse, so to speak. But look at the snail. The snail is taking time to feel secure. And that, home sweet home, little bit of a feeling of I want to open that door, but I haven't quite opened that door yet. So maybe we're on the verge, or will be on the verge of talking about, is the next step living together? Maybe we just haven't had that conversation yet, but we will be. And I do feel like there's a big decision. Okay, so we have a big decision ahead of both of us, but it's a king and queen. And I feel that they're saying we're both going to be on the same page. It's not like one wants something. I feel like we're both on the same page. Let's keep going for a second here. So if this hasn't happened yet, you could have somebody coming into your energy that we will be talking about, cohabitating, sharing a life together, sharing a home, something like that. I have an 8 of Swords. Okay, I'm going to come back to that because that is probably the fear. 5 of Pentacles, Knight of Cups, and I have Strength. Okay, I have to overcome some kind of fear. Page of Pentacles. So let's just put that there for a second. So I have to overcome some kind of fear. I feel like I am just trying to... how do I want to say it? Okay. The person who says that sometimes love isn't enough, right? You can love somebody. You can love somebody to death. You can be in love with somebody. But somebody who says, you know what, love is great, but that's not all it takes a lot more. It takes communication. It takes us working as a team. It takes, if you're going to live together, it takes money. It takes, we both are working to pay both of our bills. So it's not just like I fell in love with you and all will be well. Okay. So I feel like, yeah, that's great. But somebody in this connection is very, very realistic. Somebody is very pragmatic, so to speak. So, yeah, I think it's going to take time to get to the place where I don't feel like I'm trapped. Somebody was trapped in the past. So when you start to talk about taking it to the next step, I'm not even talking marriage. What if I move in and it doesn't work out? Where am I going to go? And how long is it going to take me to get back out on my own if I gave up my house or my apartment, and especially today where there's so many housing, there's like a housing problem. So it's going to take me some strength to get over this fear of I don't want to feel stuck. I don't want to feel trapped. So somebody could have had a very difficult time getting out of a situation in the past. And that's just, it has nothing to do with how much I love with this person. It has everything to do with just, I just want to make sure I'm not putting myself in a situation where I'm there again. Okay. 5 of Pentacles and the Page of Pentacles is just on kind of a sidebar note. I feel like somebody's starting up something, starting a new business, just started a side gig, a side hustle. Additional income stream. Okay. Trying to get ahead, Spirit's saying. So you've got somebody who's, juggling, putting some extra effort into their finances. So maybe they're, that extra part-time job or that extra business on the side or working for themselves at night or something like that is what they need to make a difference. So I have a feeling like somebody in and around all of this is trying to juggle a couple of things all at the same time. And like I said, love is great. This night is great, but somebody's very realistic about it takes more than just love. I've got an Emperor. Yeah, so they're thinking and planning about their own future. They are thinking ahead. So they could have been, you or them, they could have been in a long-term relationship and it was super, super difficult to get out of, just because of housing or finances or kids or something like that. But, and now it's like, oh boy, am I, even as much as I love you, okay, because I'm going to love you very, very much. Is it enough to balance all these other things that are going to be involved? So I think, somebody with a good head on their shoulders. Okay, I guess they're not rushing into anything, Spirit just said. So just like my Virgos earlier today, we've got a slow moving energy. I have led astray. Avoid temptation and stay focused on your path. Somebody wants to confirm that this isn't just short term. They want to make sure if I'm going to take that next move, it's a big deal. Okay. So it's not just temptation. It's not like, hey, this is great right now. I'm so in love with you. And, let's just kind of blow up our lives and just so we can be together. Somebody is taking, the high road and saying, well, let's figure this out for real. I have planting seeds. They're going to take small steps. Adding things up. There is a feeling of promises. So I want you to listen for the promises. I want you to listen and I want you to watch for their actions. If they promise to do something within a period of time and they do it, great. If they promise to do something within a period of time and that time comes and goes and they go, well, whatever, and they think nothing of it, well, then that was just an empty promise. So why bother saying it in the first place? So look at their actions, look at the steps that they're taking. I feel like that's going to give you some confirmation that they are serious about being with you. They are serious about taking things to the next level. So there's definitely a feeling of leveling up. Okay. And how do we get there? Okay. So maybe we have an obstacle. Maybe we have some big decisions. It's a feeling of big decision for sure. I have wise whispers. Look beyond the surface and believe what's true. I know in my heart. I know we'll be okay. I know that we can make this work. I know that we're good together. Okay. Sometimes you look at somebody and you love being with them, but then you have to ask yourself, can I live with them? There's a difference between going on a date and spending an afternoon with somebody or an evening with somebody, and being with somebody 24 hours, 7 days a week. So maybe that's where we're at right now. Like, okay, I really love you, but Spirit's saying if we're together all the time anyways, like there was a sense of we're together all the time anyway. So you may get to the point where we're always together. It doesn't really matter at this point. So that could be something that, we want to take a look at. Spirit, please share with me. We're definitely leveling up. Spirit, please share with me. I have skinny. Somebody's trying to build some muscle. Maybe I'm jealous. The person out there with really high metabolism who can eat whatever they want, and their problem is gaining weight. Like, oh, really? That's a problem? But yeah, there's people out there that have a problem with being skinny. I have jewelry. Wears a lot of jewelry, has significant rings, maybe rings on multiple fingers, likes jewelry, layers jewelry. Maybe never takes off their chains, something like that, you or them. I have pessimistic. There's a part of you or them that throws up the red flag every once in a while and says, well, what if? What if I get hurt again? What if I'm stuck again? What if I'm caged again? Like that bird. Okay, but what if you're not? That's always a... you can go down either path. You can go down the path of things are not going to work out, or you can go down the path of things are going to be great. I have technology. I have somebody connected to computer science came in. Somebody who is definitely in the techie world, taking care of, within a business. Maybe they run operations or they're in charge of like the computer systems in a big building. So something going on like that. I have politics. I do feel like we talk politics. I do feel like that's something that we probably enjoy. We have the same political standpoint, it feels like. Otherwise, I don't know if we'd get along. But I do feel like we enjoy talking politics. There's so much going on in the world. I had that nature lover energy earlier. So I feel that my actions right now are important. I feel like I'm taking some initiative that I didn't ever take before because of politics in the world. So maybe I've become more active, more interested. I have spiritual work. I know I'm being guided. Spirit just said, I know that I can hear my inner voice. So keep listening. Good, good, good. Designer. Okay. So decorating. Designing things, decorating my house. I see the paint swatches. I'm ready to paint a room. I'm updating some things, so I'm totally into it. I feel like it's fun for me. So for those of you that like to, they're showing me that you're taking everything out of the room and then you're kind of like putting, starting from scratch. So you like totally gutted a room, pulled out everything. So that could be something that you are working on. That's fun. And let's get some initials. So first initials, last initials. Maybe March is a month that you're going to do some spring cleaning and you're going to tackle one of those rooms you've been wanting to do. They're saying for sure a closet. Okay, so you've got a closet that's calling you out there. You need to take everything out of that closet and you need to go through everything and then put everything back in. So that's on your to-do list. I have an I. I have an E. I have another I. I have an F, X, T. I have an M, C, G, another C. I have an L, the letter D, T, P, and another M. And let's get one more of these. Nope, let's get another one and an N. Okay. So, and then I have these other letters. These I did myself. So these are the first letter, second letter of a name, first name or last name. Okay, so these have been fun. I'm getting a lot of feedback in the comments that a lot of you really like these because they're kind of a little more mind blowing because they're a little more accurate. So they're kind of fun for you. So if you have somebody on your mind, I have an HA, CH. TY, I have a GE, MA, SA, JO, HE. I have an SU, and I have a KE. Okay, so those could be connecting to a lot of you. Spirit, tell me more about this connection. What is it that you need me to know? I have a home, a nest. I think that that's what's on the table. I think that for some of you, you're going to be meeting this person, but this is the person that you're going to live with. Okay, whether it turns into just a partnership, cohabitating, or we end up getting married, buying a house. But Spirit's trying to share you like you won't be alone. It feels like you won't be alone much longer, or you won't live alone. Okay. But they're definitely letting you know that this is the big decision. The big decision is a new home. Okay. Who's moving? Where are we moving to? Things like that. I have a Gemini. I have a Libra. I have an Aquarius. Sagittarius. I have a Taurus energy. How gorgeous. And bottom of this deck. I'm going to go with both of these. I have a Pisces energy and a spiritual connection. So I feel really drawn to this. I had a really strong water energy. I mean, you are a water sign, but I do feel a really strong water energy. So this Pisces feels strong to me for that reason. There's a sense of I need to water those flowers. I need to water the earth. I need to water the trees and feed the birds and the animals. So yeah, I've got a nature lover. I've got somebody who it's very important to them and to you that maybe you have a lot of like wildlife in your yard, you know, like you have bird feeders, you have all kinds of little animals, chipmunks and squirrels and, you know, deer maybe come into your yard or all kinds of animals. So that could be just a big part of your life. I have a new beginning. The fairy godmother heralds the joyous news of a new baby, the birth of a cherished idea. Protect and nurture your ideas as you would a baby. So we did have some kind of feeling of starting something new, like a job or a business, right? But for some of you, it definitely could be Spirit's way of saying, hey, not only is it going to be a home, it's going to be a decision to start a family. So that could be a really big decision, obviously, depending on. Little part of me feels like one person has already had a child, but they're open to having another child with you. So it's not like, no, I'm done. Maybe they just never saw it. Maybe they never thought that they'd start a second family. Maybe they never thought that they'd be starting over again with another baby, but they love the idea. So there's a little bit of me that says, because you've never had a baby or you never had a wedding, but maybe they did. So maybe they've already had that experience, but you haven't. So they want you to have that. So there's a little part of me that's saying for some of you that baby it's almost like a gift from them. Like, I want you to have that. I want you to have that experience. And if I'm with you and we're together, then yes, I'm agreeing to that. I have magical blessings. Whatever you're going through, you're being assisted by magical fairy blessings. The fairies say you can bless others too. So how about this union is blessed? You know, just this feeling of, I want to know that this is right. I want to know that this is, you know, what Spirit really wants for me. Yeah, okay, so this, you know, a blessed union. Ask for help. Angels are celestial beings who protect everyone, and the fairies say now is the time for you to ask for angelic assistance. And the way the angels work are they're called upon. So all of us are assigned an angel on the date of our birth, an archangel. And when you need help, you will say, you know, Archangel Raphael, you know, I need help with this particular thing. And you call upon them and you ask them for something specific. So they're almost like waiting in the wings for you. So if you need help in a specific area, you can call upon any angel. But if you are waiting on a specific thing in your life and you are you know, just kind of working on something specific, there's angels that work on those specific things. So you can use your angel for guidance for sure, but how they work, they don't just show up randomly. They do maybe in an emergency, but they really work when you ask them for help. That's what that card is sharing with you. I have the Fool. Okay, I've waited for this. Here's the Hangman. Your inner voice is going to get the answer. I have a page of Pentacles and a Page of Wands. I do feel like I'm starting something new with this person in addition to the relationship. I don't know, maybe you guys are come up with some kind of part-time business, or we're going to start a little business on the side, or we're going to work together with something to generate some income. So maybe there's something that you're both passionate about, and you said, you know what, we can do that together, and it would be fun and benefit us both, and we'd do it together. So there could be a little bit of a, like, let's start a business together. Let's put our heads together and do something. Let's get some charms. Let's see what your charms are saying today. So we've got some charms, and let's see if we can get some additional messages with the charms. So this beautiful bowl of depression glass. I have lots of depression glass. This is like a green. I have all kinds. I have a whole collection of lots of green in like a china cabinet. All right, so let's start with these runes with these numbers. So let's see if these numbers have meaning to you. The number 333. Oops, it flipped. But it's 333. Here's another 3. March. March 3rd, maybe. I have the number 13. 3s are important. Okay, I have the number 4, maybe April. 4 weeks, 4 days. And I have the number 10. Okay. That came into me as, for some of you, not all of you, almost a 10-year age difference. Okay, so we could have an age difference anywhere between 7 and 10 years. Okay, so somebody could be older than the other person. I don't think it's a priority in this reading, but it just kind of came in as a 10-year age difference. So I will take that. All right, let's get a scoop. Let me see. Let me see what they have. Okay. All right. Lots of different ones in this bowl. Okay. I have a lot of different bowls of charms. And they all have like different themes. They're kind of fun. First of all, I like the colors. I like this purple and the peachy and the corally color. They're using the word blend to me. Multiracial. Okay, maybe it's a multiracial union, or one of you are like a mixed race, something like that. It came into me as a blend of some kind, so maybe that's some connecting to somebody that I'm like multiracial somehow. Let's see. I have a black cat. Okay. I feel like the name of the cat is Princess. I feel like, or it's my princess. Maybe it's a female cat, but I just felt the name Princess. Or maybe you had an animal in the spirit world named Princess. Let's go back to this. Here's a bird in a cage. I have a couple birds in a cage. So let's talk about those for a second. So there's a sense of we're making a big decision. And we had earlier that feeling of I don't want to ever feel trapped. So this feels like this is a big part of the conversation, that I don't ever want to feel like I'm trapped. I don't ever want to feel like I can't get out of something. And it could be marriage. It could be people have that feeling with marriage. I'll live with you, but I don't want to be married because it's just too hard to get out of. So maybe it's, we kind of meet somewhere in the middle with what works for both of us, something like that. But it's definitely a conversation of I don't want to feel trapped. I have a guitar. I have a pink guitar. Okay, so maybe Divine Feminine plays the guitar, knows how to play music. That's nice. I have... this is moons and astrology, I'm going to say. I'm interested in astrology. I study astrology. I kind of follow it. I'm always interested in readings about astrology. So that could be something that's just a hobby. What is this guy? Yeah, here I've got instruments. Here's I don't know what this is. Maybe it's some kind of horn, French horn, maybe some kind of brass instrument that only a handful of people play. But maybe I played it when I was younger in like 5th grade. That was the instrument I picked. I have an elephant. So wisdom, memory, I don't forget a thing. Loyalty, loyal to my family. They're saying faithful. Okay. long living. That feels good. I have a daisy. Daisy's coming out. Flowers. Maybe it's your favorite flower. It could be as simple as that. I love daisies. Daisies are great. I have a whale's tail. Whale watching. Feels like a story. Feels like I went whale watching and puked. I got totally seasick. I'll never do that again. So it feels more like a funny story. Yeah, here's these birds. You know, like this bird's on a ring, but it doesn't feel as trapped as the cage. It feels like, yeah, but I can fly away. Yeah, but there's something going on with the sense of I don't want to feel trapped. So, I mean, I get it. I get it. I have a unicorn, and that's coming into me as you literally are the best thing that's ever happened to me. That it just feels magical. It feels, you know, I kind of always hoped it would be this good, but it's maybe better than I ever hoped. But I just feel like you're the best thing that ever happened to me. So that feels good. I'm going to put these two together in a minute. What's this guy? Okay, I have key. I'm going to go with key to a home. I'm going to say new home. There's definitely a part of me that feels like I'm entering into buying a home together, moving in together, sharing a home. And then I have, it looks like a squash, some kind of squash. Okay. Garden. I plant squash, pumpkins. Again, I've got like this nature lover. I like the yard. I like earth, water. So I definitely feel that. I have a Santa Claus, so I could celebrate Christmas. I love Christmas. I love decorating for Christmas. I could keep my Christmas tree up all year long. I know, something like that. And I have a heart with wings. So I'm going to put that with my unicorn. Like, you definitely have captured my heart. And then I have a ring. I have a ring, and I have a engagement ring. So we could have a commitment. A lot of people have rings. A lot of people will wear an engagement ring for a long time, but not necessarily ever get legally married. So we could have some kind of commitment like that, and that works for both of us, you know. So depending on what's happening, I mean, it's definitely going to be a committed relationship at some point, but as long as we both don't feel trapped, there's a sense of I just can't put myself in that position again. Okay, maybe we have a prenup, maybe we have. Somebody keeps a house in their name instead of joint assets or something like that, just because of a situation. But it feels like I just can't be trapped for some reason. Okay, so let's see when. Let's see what they say about when. When is this connection coming to us, Spirit? What is it that you want us to know? I have patience. It's not the time yet. Number 30. So some of you could be waiting for a while for this. I have 3 months from now. The number 3 has been pretty prevalent in this reading today. 333, an angel number. Keep that in mind. Of course, we're in the March reading. Indecision is causing delays. So we're trying to make some kind of big decision. Something is going to take some time. And next month looks promising. The number 35, the number 47, 27, 30. And I do have them over the next couple of years. So this could all unfold. You know, sometimes it takes a while to get to this stage. If you met them today, you may not decide that you're going to live with this person for a couple of years. So that seems probably realistic. So let's see what they're saying for love messages. But I do like the sense of the truth coming out, that I do want to be with you. Let's figure out how we can make this work. You're not going to be alone, they had said. And but there's a sense of how do we get there? There's a sense of now what? Now what do we do? It's uncanny what we have in common. So we're good together. I'm in tune with what your body needs. Maybe we're in sync physically. Great lovers. I smell your scent even when we're apart. I love your scent. I like your cologne, your perfume. I know it's you. What doesn't break us makes us indestructible. I feel like we both have walked. That felt like I was walking on a tightrope for a second there. It was almost like I've been in limbo one too many times in my life that I felt like I was going to fall. I've been hesitant one too many times. So there was a sense of walking on a tightrope, and I don't want to walk on a tightrope. I don't want to look down and feel like I'm going to fall. So I think the energy of feeling secure is going to be very important in this connection. Let's travel the world together. We could have it all. I will say that. My body says yeah, and my heart says heck yeah. I think that we're on the verge of a big decision. Okay. And I think the decision is going to be good. I think it's going to lead us to leveling up, being in a new home, committing to that next big stage of living together, which is huge because once you get there, it's a little bit harder to get away. I think that, you both have to do what's best for both of you. But if you love this person and you love being with this person, that's probably where we're headed. I want to thank Spirit for these messages today. I want to thank you, all of you, for joining me. Hit that like and subscribe button if you're new. Thank you for your comments, everybody. I'm always grateful for those. And if you'd like to book a private reading with me, please check out my website, KathyMammelin.psychicmedium.com, and check out my other 2 YouTube channels. I'll put the links in the description below. I hope you enjoyed your March reading, and we'll see you all again real soon.